Welcome to Talking Mopars, episode number 118. Friends, I have returned. Before we get this show on the road, I just want to say thank you to everyone who reached out to me after my mom passed away. I was really touched by the amount of support that I received during this difficult time, and it definitely helped me realize that Mom would have told me that the show must go on and to not let her passing affect the show. So right now I'm doing my best to just stay strong and push forward and get back on the horse, and that's why we're here today. I decided that it had been a while since I did a live stream, and the longer I went without doing one, the longer I felt like I was just going to get rusty if I didn't, get back on that horse. So if you didn't catch the live Facebook and YouTube live stream on Friday night, I have great news. This is part one of the 4-part replay of that live stream. Also, this is a great time for me to plug my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to Talking Mopars podcast on YouTube. I just started the channel. I'm uploading my entire back catalog of podcasts on there, and I will be eventually putting some exclusive YouTube content up, so be sure to tune in for that. This live stream from Friday was basically an open house, which means anybody can jump on screen and talk Mopars with me, and I had some friends that showed up. That's always a great time. So without further ado, if you are a Mopar enthusiast, then you are in the right place. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into the best Mopar enthusiast-driven podcast on planet Earth, and I'm your host, Chris Albrecht, better known as the Mopar Hunter, and this is Talking Mopars Live.
You're listening to Talking Mopars with the Mopar Hunter, your direct connection to all things Mopar.
Before we get into the juicy meat of this episode, I have to ask you guys a question. Is your Mopar protected? Whether it's sitting outside in the elements or inside the safe confines of your man cave, it's important to keep your Mopar protected. That's why I'm excited to announce that I'm now affiliated with a company offering an amazing solution for vehicle protection. They have everything from basic indoor shields all the way to the top-of-the-line platinum shields, offering the very best protection to keep your vehicle safe both indoors and outdoors from elements like dust, water, snow, and even UV rays. Their products are guaranteed to fit and are backed by a great warranty. To find out more about my new affiliate, please visit TalkingMopars.com, click on the Affiliates tab, and follow the link to their website. If you need protection for your Mopar, don't worry, we got you covered. I thought going live would be a good way to get back into the swing of things. I am going to share the link to the chat, or to the live in the chat. So anybody, this is an open house. If you want to jump on, talk Mopars, whatever's on your Mopar addicted mind, feel free to jump on. I have no agenda tonight, so who knows who may be dropping in. We're just going to have some fun. So there is the link. Let's check out these comments. What's up, everybody? Thanks for showing up. Logan, what's up, buddy? How's that Duster project going? I see you have it stored for the winter. That's cool. Ian, what's up, buddy? Tales from the Junkyard, what's up? John Wilburn. Okay, so John and I are actually going to go live tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to talk about, I don't want to get too into it right now. Unless, John, if you want to jump on and talk a little bit about it, feel free. There's a really cool event going on. I'm sure you guys have noticed, I've been trying to, post my back catalog to YouTube. And it's been a long time coming. And I'm excited to do it. And now I have even more of a reason to do it, because if by some miracle I managed to get 500 subscribers and get some money in my pocket and a car and a way to get it to Sikeston, Missouri, I could participate in this event. Now, this event is called the No Name Nationals. It is an event strictly for YouTube creators to battle it out on the drag strip. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm super excited about it. John put this whole thing together, and I know he had some help, but we're going to get into it. Here's John now. John, it says your devices are not connected. I'll wait until you get that situated here, and we'll get you on. But the event, the first one of its kind, and I think it's going to be a hit because, we see these events like Roadkill Nights and, events like that are geared towards guys like us, blue collar guys that watch these shows and stuff. But this event is really for us. Finally we can start, as content creators, you know, a lot of us don't have the backing of Motor Trend or big names like that. We just have YouTube channels, podcasts, and things like that. And this event, if you have 500 subscribers, you can come and test your stuff out at the track, call people out, have a good time. But John is in the chat. We're going to bring him in right now. John, what's up, buddy?
There we go.
Awesome. So I guess let's talk about
here.
No, I got you.
For me too. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Okay. Can everybody else hear me in the chat? I just want to make sure that technically we're doing okay.
I can't hear you guys.
Weird.
So let me check my mic.
10-4.
Camera's picking up.
Yeah, I got you on screen.
Maybe it's my speakers.
So anyways, this event is going to be so cool, Sikeston, Missouri, and I'm just really excited. I don't know how big it's going to be, but I hope it's going to be huge because, like I said, this is the first annual. So if it's big enough and we pack the place out, I say we like I had a part in organizing it. I did not, but if we all can converge onto Sikeston, Missouri at Jeffers Raceway Park, I think it's called, then there may be more to come. Second annual, third annual, fourth annual. But it's going to be an awesome event for content creators to come out, and you'll be able to head out and see the projects that these guys have been working on through YouTube. And I think it's going to be a ton of fun, and I hope everybody can make it out. It is August 26th and 27th, I believe, but we're going to get confirmation from John. Let's try to bring John back on.
All right, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I got you, buddy.
Excellent. I don't know what was wrong there. Everything looked like it was working, so it's a test for me too. What can I say?
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, great to have you on. We were actually planning on going live tomorrow night, but
right.
We're here now. Do you want to just talk about it now? I think it'll work out. Yeah.
Well, look, I can give a primer because it's already plugged on my channel. You know what I'm going to do? So I'm not looking down at you guys. I'm going to put my little riser under my screen, and now I'm not looking at the floor. How's that?
Awesome.
A little friendlier. Yeah, I'll give a plug here. This event, we'll talk about it more tomorrow because we've had a little mix up on the date. As you can see here, it's 222 days. I found out hours ago, probably about 12 hours ago, that there's a snafu with the date. We're going to have it fixed tomorrow.
Okay.
We're 99% sure we've already got it. We're waiting for confirmation because we just don't want to have a problem with it. But it should give you just a few more weeks. It's just going to push it back a few weeks. Okay. It was something out of our control, but everything is still a go, and this thing is bigger than I ever thought it could be already.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that a lot of people have been reaching out to you already.
It's unreal. It's unbelievable. You know, it's funny. I mean, I expected we'd have a good turnout. I really did.
Yeah.
I don't play to lose, and I don't play to do things halfway. But I'm just having all of these people reach out of the woodwork. People on all time zones. I've been getting the phone calls, phone ringing off the hook, email, registrations from people I don't even know who they are. This thing's just spreading like it's viral. So the invite list is already really impressive, but I just keep having people reach out to me. And so I'm talking to Dallas. Gosh, I probably talk to Dallas on the phone at least a half a dozen times a day because of all the things that keep coming up. So it's pretty amazing. It's humbling. It's wonderful. I think it's great to be able to meet all you guys. I sure hope you can make it. I heard you say that you want to put something together to bring, and that would be fantastic.
I've talked to some friends because I'm up in Washington by Seattle. So for me to drive what I would bring, which would naturally be some sort of a shit box, I wouldn't trust it. But I do have some friends that basically are in the surrounding states of Missouri. So I'm talking to them to see if we could put together a collaboration.
Sure.
I don't know if that's going to be possible, if I'll be able to actually participate in the event, but I will be there, and I do have a couple interesting
Why not? If
ideas.
you're gonna be there, why not participate?
I'm trying to figure out, like, I thought it would be fun to be like, all right, what can I buy in that area and just go have some fun, you know?
That's a great idea.
Um,
Well, I'll tell you, we've already got a guy who's giving away. Um, he's going to be giving away a '72 Ranchero.
really?
And we're trying to figure out how to do it. It's a body shell. It's kind of a starter kit,
Okay.
and we got another guy who's thinking about bringing a big channel. He's thinking about giving away a car, like pulling something out
Oh,
of the wood,
wow.
taking it there, giving it away.
Oh,
There's a lot of that stuff going on. So, get
wow.
creative. What I would say is if you have a massive Facebook following and a relatively small YouTube channel,
Yeah.
okay, I'm exactly the opposite in that I have no Facebook presence at all. I don't do Facebook. Uh, what I'll say is you get if you start making content and saying you're going to be there, you're going to get 500 subs in no time. And what
uh,
we're going to do is we're going to have what's called the Cinderella Award for
oh
the
yeah.
person who starts a build to get the subs to get in. And so the person who grinds it out and makes their way, that's the Cinderella Award. And there's several channels doing it.
That's
Several.
really cool. Because I
Yeah,
actually,
Barrow's
it's
Garage, Big Mike's Hoopty Barn. There's a lot of them
really,
out there, and I'm loving
wow.
it. I'm cheering for all of them.
Yeah, I really like the prospect that this is going to encourage people to start creating content to get that following. That's really cool. And I actually wanted to run something by you, but it sounds like you're kind of already going that direction. But I was driving today and I thought, oh, it'd be really cool to do a Talking Mopar sponsor award because I'm such a content creator guy that
Mhm.
I love that
Yeah.
people do it. And I thought, because I watched your guys' live when you announced the event, and I thought, gosh, I wonder how many guys are going to go in there with, you know, 0 to maybe a couple hundred subs, and they're just going to blow up along the way. I thought it would be cool to give somebody an award for the biggest progress. Who
Yeah,
had the
that's the
most
idea.
growth. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the idea.
yeah, cool.
That's what we want to do. Uh, that's the point. I
Yeah.
couldn't live long enough in 5 lifetimes to go visit and meet everybody whom I've met through YouTube. So what do? We throw the biggest automotive content YouTuber party has ever existed and get them all to come to us.
Yeah, I feel like an outsider because I have friends that dabble in YouTube, so I've been lurking for a while, and everybody on YouTube's pretty cool. I guess I paid too much attention to a lot of the comments that I was seeing, not necessarily on my friends' pages, but on other stuff, and I was like, I don't need that kind of hate in my life. Facebook's bad enough, but the group of people that I've been interacting with on YouTube they're all amazing guys, and I think you're onto something with this event, man, because like I was saying before you jumped on, we have all these events um that guys like us like to go to, roadkill nights, yada yada yada. But there's nothing like, I've hats off to you for creating this event. Thank you. Uh
Well,
I think I
this is
speak
about you
for
guys.
everybody.
So I say thank you. We're providing the venue. We're covering the insurance. We're covering the staff. The ambulance. You're going to have all the event staff to run it to people at the gate, the starter, the people in the booth, the track prep, concession stand workers. We got to take care of making sure the date's locked down, which is something we're having to do twice. We got to do all of that, all the logistics, getting people there, all of that stuff. But you guys, after all that's done, you guys are the ones who are going to make the show. And that's what I told Matt
Yeah.
so different about this than a traditional race. You guys are going to make the show, and we don't have to tell you how to do it because you're content creators. You
It's
know what
definitely going to
to
be
do.
interesting.
We give
You
you
know,
the platform and turn you loose. I mean,
I
we're,
can't
we're
wait.
literally we're giving an award for the biggest oil down.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
Where else would you
Yeah.
see that?
um yeah, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see the content that comes out from this event because you're
Oh,
going
it'll
to
be
get so
amazing.
many different angles. Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh,
Um
it'll be amazing.
I if I don't have any way to vehicle to participate with, I'm definitely going to be in those pits. I'm going to be the
Oh
man,
yeah,
the boots on the ground, talking to everybody about their projects because this is an opportunity for content for everybody that shows up. I mean,
I agree.
if you go there and don't get content, what what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean?
I
Um,
think it's cool, and like I said, this
yeah,
is about you guys. We want to provide the platform, and what I'm hoping is that because all of us have some people, at least some people that watch our channel, right, or we wouldn't be
sure.
doing it. Hopefully, we're going to find out how mobile those viewers are and motivated to come meet their favorite content creators.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
that's what's going to have spectators. And then the spectators, they're what's going to help us make it successful, at least enough financially that I can keep some money in the account for this thing to roll into another event in the future.
yeah.
So but what I'm saying is that doesn't happen if we don't make this one successful.
Do you have any sponsors on board for this event right now?
Not yet. Right now,
Really?
we have to make sure our data's together.
Yeah,
They're
sure.
comparative. And then we still got some loose. I mean, I've been just thrashing like 3 days. It's like, you know what? I woke up this morning and I bet you I've had more time with a phone to my ear than I haven't. It's been unreal. I mean, it's been crazy. But
Yeah.
once it settles down here and whenever it settles down, it'll settle down a little bit. I plan to look for some sponsors for some things. There's things we're working on. There's a lot of things we're going to do. We're going to make some commercials for the event. We're going to
Cool.
keep working toward because what it is yeah, people have 222 days plus the new extra time tacked on now.
Yeah.
But the thing is we have to keep people focused for all that time too.
Sure.
So while they
Absolutely.
have plenty of time to work, we have plenty of work to do to keep this on the tip of the spear.
Is there do you have something in place so that people can check to see if their favorite content creators are registered for this event? Are you gonna
That,
do something
that,
like that?
that's a great question. So we opened registration 3 days ago. We've already got a lot of people there. What I'm planning on doing is each time we do a new video, I'm going to say these are people who have registered because everybody
Awesome.
I've asked seems to be fine with it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking for our live tomorrow, to do our live tomorrow, I can say, I'll give you the list. These are people who have registered. And
Awesome.
we keep adding to that. So each time we do a new live, each time we do a new video, we'll say, hey, these are people who have come on board since last time.
Yeah. So cool. Oh man. It's
I
what
had a 700 and some thousand subscriber channel reach out to me this morning.
oh
I
gosh.
mean, there's some big fish coming to this thing.
Yeah, I remember on your guys' live you were talking about, the place shutting down because you get so many people that there's no room for
Yeah,
everybody that
we're
wants to go.
we're checking the fire marshal capacity for spectators.
Yeah.
We figured out how many spots are going to be at the track, and that's one thing about Jeffers. See, the thing about Jeffers is a lot of people don't they think why Jeffers Motorsports Park, but Jeffers has a lot of things that shower houses,
Mm,
AC power hookup for camping. The way it's laid out to get the race parking and the show parking. And then we got to figure out how many of each because you don't want, guys running a bracket running through the show area,
yeah.
and so we got to figure all that out. And Jeffers has a lot of advantages for that. Oh, and it's a wonderful track. I mean, the facility's so good. The track is prepped really well. So there's a lot of good things about Jeffers for that. And we've had to figure this stuff out, but we also are figuring out what's our true capacity.
Sure. Yeah, it looks like a beautiful track. I'm really excited to check it out. I've never been to Missouri. I drive trucks for a living and I've been around the country but never made it to Missouri and
Really?
I was looking at some of the pictures and I was like that is a cool looking track and just the field that is there. I I can't see any other outcome other than that place being packed. So,
Yeah, I think
um
if I'll tell you what, if it gets down to a quarter of what it is now, but stays sustained for the next few months, we'll still sell it out. Because
yeah.
what's happened the past few days has been crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I was like, okay, for me being so far away and having limited vacation time, yada yada yada. I was like, gosh, I have to make it, even if it's just for the week. I'll fly out to one of my buddies' places and we'll drive up. I have to be at this event. I've made that decision. I was like, I can't miss this one. There's just something about that first annual, that inaugural event that
Yes.
just it has a great aura, and I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it. I do have to ask you, this was solely your idea? You just came out with this event out of the blue or what?
Okay. So look, everybody, as long as I can remember, said, "Oh, it'd be great to have a meetup somewhere. Oh, well, a bunch of us ought to get together at a track." I've heard that for years.
Yeah.
But I told, well, I'll find it. It's right here. I was talking to Andy Wood. You know Andy Wood, Unity Motorsports Garage,
Sounds familiar, yeah.
has a Casper, real popular truck. I was talking with Andy, and it's right here. What were we saying? I said, uh, I said 1,000 people said something like this ought to happen. 200 said they'd go to such a thing. 10 said they'd chip in. 5 said they'd look into it. And one's actually doing it. Here we are. So I said, you know what? We got to make this happen. And so I knew basically what I wanted to do. And it's the first phone call I made. The first phone call I made was to Dallas Brown. I said, he is absolutely the right strategic partner for this because all the stuff I can't do, Dallas is good at. Okay, so he knows the track and the infrastructure side, and how to work with the track owners and how to arrange the dates and deal with all that stuff. And Dallas is really good at that. That's his forte. It's what he does. He's president
Yeah.
of AHRA. The side that Dallas, you know, that I help him with is on the YouTube and what the content creators need and how they're going to best put themselves over in the context of this event because it's different than a
Sure.
racer.
Yeah.
So, for example, what I told him was, I said, this is going to be the first race ever where you have somebody come 1,000 miles as a spectator, spend 3 nights in a motel, spend $2,000 on the trip. They see their favorite driver go out in the first round, but they're thrilled to tears because they got a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not normal for a race, but for this will also be the only race you've ever seen where you have the guy who oils the track down and has a spectacular explosion happier than the guy who won it because the guy who won it didn't get any money, but the guy with the oil down got a bunch of
Yeah.
views and content. So see, that's why this is really different than your
Yeah.
traditional race. So we have worked together on this thing to try to move the idea forward, and so far so good. It's going really, really well.
Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but months ago, I was in on a live with you and
Hey, like
Brian and I think
September, something like
Ruben,
September.
and I don't know how far along you were with planning it at that point, but it seems like it just took on a life of its own, and here we are talking about
Yeah.
Sykeston.
Yeah, well, I had the idea kicking it around, and I'd already talked to
Yeah.
Dallas, but I knew it was going to take some months to get this thing to fruition. But yeah,
Now,
I told you then you had expressed interest in it. You're the first media person that reached out, so I said you'll be my first media stop once we announce it. And I kept that word.
I'm such an underdog guy. I love the whole YouTube community that I've found myself involved in, and there's something there. I don't know if maybe I've just been missing out, but it seems like there's just this bubble of content that
Yeah,
is just growing and growing and growing. And I see guys like us and the blue collar guys that don't have big corporate backers. I think we're gonna take over some stuff here. I think pretty soon the corporations are gonna go, okay, something's happening. We need to
well, I'll tell you,
lock in some of these guys or something.
it's already happened. So, for instance, the biggest sanctioning body for drag racing in the world, we all know who they are. They cater to 32 cars in the world.
Yeah.
Right. And they all
Yep.
cost $10 million a year to run. They all have jockey drivers. They all look just alike. And they all have big corporate sponsors, right?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, well, what do the rest of us do? We don't really identify with that. You can put Toyota on a Top Fuel Funny car. What in the world bearing does that have on the person shopping for a new Camry?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me. So this is an event for the rest of us. So but the only threshold we really made was 500 subscribers. And the reason for that is I asked our friend Just Mopar Joe, I said, Joe, would you want to watch a show with people who aren't invested enough in their content, their automotive creator content to ever go out and really earn any subs? He said, no, I'd pay not to watch it.
Yeah. I when I first heard it was 500, I was like, he's still going to get so many.
Well, I
It's
am. That's what I
yeah.
say. You want a chance to win the Cinderella Award? Please come and do it, because you know what? We might have 100 guys like that who try to get in the mix, but I guarantee you that come showtime, it's going to dwindle and dwindle. But there will be a
Sure.
few who surprise us and make following the group worth it all.
Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to go in there with 500 subscribers and they're going to go home, post their content, and they're just going to blow up just because, there's so much good stuff out there that just isn't seen just because there is, I don't like to use the word oversaturated, but when I go onto YouTube, I'm a Mopar guy, so naturally my search term is Mopar, and thankfully I see most of the channels that I watch anyway when I do watch because admittedly I have so many friends involved in YouTube and I haven't even seen all their videos just because I'm so busy doing my stuff that now that I'm getting into YouTube, I'm like, all right, so now I'm starting to dig in a little bit more, and I'm like, there is just I think I'm just so late to the game that I didn't realize how crazy YouTube is, and these like communities that have been building, it's really remarkable, and I think this event is really going to showcase, because it's each one of us knows so many people that are already talking about going to this thing. It's going to be just basically a big party of friends just having fun at a racetrack.
Well, I'll tell you, it's so. For instance, there is another. So I do live streams every other week on my channel, and so I'm certainly going to be getting people registrants for this and interviewing them about their rise to Sykeston, their road, what they're doing, how they're preparing, right? Well, it's interesting. There's another competing live stream, and sometimes we're on at the same time, and they do a weekly show, and they have the top NHRA drivers every week. I'm talking they have John Force, reigning champions, Greg Anderson, et cetera, A-listers. And typically our streams, my little 1900 sub channel outperforms them. Now, they have a whole lot of subscribers, but they don't get as many views. And I think it's because, again, people identify more with the
Yeah,
guests I have on here because they're watching their channels on YouTube. They're invested.
sure.
Lots, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and even thousands, a few thousand people turn out to watch and see everything. Just Mopar Joe and Blake from Bad Tree Productions and Jay from Rapid Transit. They turn out to see what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
And so we wind up having a better group of commenters. In fact, when Dallas and I did that live, Competition Plus was on at the same time, and we more than doubled their concurrent viewership. And they had Pat Musey on.
Wow.
But
That's
that's
it.
because I'll tell you who our guest was. Our guest was everybody in the comments.
And that's something that I've noticed in this little community. I'm like, some of these channels like Ruben's channel, he's knocking on the door of 1,000 subscribers. And every time I go
Yep.
in there, I'm, it's not that I'm blown away. That's the wrong way to say it, but I'm pleasantly surprised at the content just in the comments alone. I'm like, this is great. They don't have to be on screen, and it's just it's a great community. And every time I go in there, I'm just like, it's a party in the comments. It's
Well,
like
Ruben needs 40 subs to get his 1,000. But
that's
I'll tell
it.
you, he's a
Wow,
warrior. He's a warrior. He has scratched and
man.
clawed his way up there, and he's earned it.
Uh, I I will never stop singing his praises and Brian's praises enough because those guys are soldiers. I started doing these lives and stuff, and I've had a couple where, 3 or 4 hours, something crazy like that. And then I go on and I see these guys on for 8 hours, 9 hours. I'm
Oh,
like, you,
that's
you
yeah.
guys are maniacs, but this is good because there's people, like they say, there's an ass for every seat. I love knowing that they're out there just grinding and eh, they're gonna blow up. I was like, if you guys keep doing these 9 hour lives, that alone, people are gonna be like, these guys go on live streams for 9 hours. They're insane. But it's always fun. Every time I've tuned in or jumped on, it's always a great time. I've said it before on many of the other live streams that I've been on and even my own that this is the future. Aside from the real content, with the cars and stuff, this right here is the community that's building right now, and I don't see an end to it in sight. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to get to the point where everybody gets together and go, we could start our own network. We don't really need, you know, the powers that be, will say, to help get our content out there. I think people will eventually just follow you wherever you go.
Well, yeah, I mean, networks, they're not leading the way anymore. It's amazing how many people watch YouTube has just completely replaced television for them.
Yeah.
I haven't watched television since 2015. There's nothing on worth watching.
I agree.
And Ruben, his first live, when he first started about a year ago, he turned on a live and just turned it on all weekend while he worked on his Roadrunner. He had one guy watching. I said, how is that not the creepiest thing ever? Having one guy watch you work all week. But anyway, well, now Ruben gets 20,
Yeah,
22, 24 people on his lives watching. So he has a legitimate following in his lives. But
absolutely.
the guy has ideas. And like all of us, some ideas are better than others, but he's a warrior. So I give him a lot of credit for that.
One thing that I've noticed with the content creators on YouTube that I know personally is that you're not like, when I watch, one thing that I've always been, um, really adamant about is authenticity. I try to be myself, take me or
Yeah.
leave me. I try to be myself, and everybody I know is, they're themselves. They don't try to put on a front. Ruben's one of those guys. Brian's one of those guys. You're one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I don't like to watch people that are really playing to the camera. I just want to see you be yourself. If I like you, I like you. And I know that that's what the audience, they also feel that way. And I think that's why, so many of these content creators are just blowing up. I've seen some of the numbers on some of these bigger channels, and it boggles my mind how many people, follow them and
You
subscribe.
said you drive a truck. You said you do drive a truck, right?
Yeah.
Well, I sell real estate. So I've done for 19 years. And I heard something or read something one time a long time ago that I thought was really interesting when it comes to selling. And of course, on YouTube, you're selling. You're either people are sold on what you're doing and they subscribe and they watch, or they don't.
Sure.
That's just the natural order of things. But I heard somebody say one time from professional wrestling. He said the people with the most successful gimmicks who sell their character are the people who are the closest to their gimmicks. So in
Yeah.
other words, if you live that life and you really are that character, you're going to be a lot more successful and sell it because that makes you authentic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so these guys who were really crazy and played crazy characters, but they were really crazy outside, and so that was just the gimmick was an extension of the real personality.
Yeah.
They were very successful, and I can tell you, YouTube's like that too. So if you meet me here, if you meet me somewhere else, you're going to see the same person. There's
Yeah.
nothing, and uh, Uncle Tony's garage. We all turn it up a little bit for the camera because we have to communicate. But Tony's the same guy. Blake Bad Tree Productions is the same guy. Just Mopar Joe is the same guy. So all the people who are the same person and they're authentic and they're not making up something that's because people will see fakery in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Yeah, they
People
will.
who are fake, that people lose interest in that. But I'll tell you, all the folks that I know through YouTube, you meet the same person on camera and off.
Yeah. Everybody that I've met so far, because I have so many, like I call them all friends. Some of them I haven't even met in person. And the ones that I have, I don't know what it is, but it's like uh it's everybody's real. Everybody's just as cool as they are on here. Um I I'm just so excited for this event because, like you said, getting everybody together in one place, you get to shake some hands, and just have a good time. The event is just it's gonna be so much fun. And it's unlike anything, like, I don't think I can stress that enough to everybody watching and listening to this, how cool this event is. Just the concept of it is going to be unbelievable. And I'm 100% positive that there's going to be a lot of people that just attend the event going, you know what? I think I'm going to start a channel.
Oh,
That.
I hope so. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. And you can get advanced spectator tickets. I have paused the registration page just until tomorrow
Okay.
because we want to make sure that we have this date thing resolved. We have it resolved, but we want to make sure that we get a couple more confirmations, just, out of abundance of precaution. I've
Mhm.
got the registration page paused at the moment. I'll reopen it tomorrow. It's already updated. So, but anyway, you can buy spectator tickets there as well.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
so far, it's people have been going there. They've been signing up, and the response has been overwhelming. Is not too strong word. I'm not a fan of hyperbolic language, but when I say the response has been overwhelming, I mean it.
And for all the people out there that are going, oh well, I don't have a big page, or I gosh, that Sykeston, Missouri is so far away from where I live. Right now, go look up plane tickets. I can assure you that if you look
Yeah,
at the price to get in the vicinity and get a cheap rental for the day,
yeah.
or for the couple days, I think you'd be surprised at how cheap you could make this trip. Like I said, that's the least of what I'm going to do. I'm at least flying down to have a good
Sure.
time. Um, I'll bring my camera with me and make some content. But I really want to stress that if you're thinking that you're too far away, just do yourself a favor and go to one of the airline companies online and just see how much it would cost. And I think you'd be surprised at how cheap you can make this trip actually happen. I wouldn't be surprised if you could do it for a few $100.
One thing I'll say is that if you enjoy what you watch on YouTube and you have favorite content creators in the automotive space, there is no place ever before where you can meet as many of them in person as this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just there will never be as many automotive content creators in one spot ever as we're going to have there already.
Yeah, it's kind of like, one thing that I've always enjoyed about doing these live streams is that, I could, there's a couple people that I could think of that, that probably have no business being on my little page or on my little show. But what I really enjoy is getting people like Dylan and Logan. I see you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I promise I'll bring you on in a minute. These
Yeah, there's a
guys,
lot of new names over here that I don't know, and
yeah.
because I'm on your show. Because I'm on your show, and I'm used to being on the left side of the screen. I'm usually welcomed as they come in, but it's just a different experience. I'm not usually on this side of the screen.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Every time I go on somebody else's live, I kind of just shut down and just listen and just I feel like a lurker, but I like not having to do the hosting job and just kind of
Right?
chime in every once in a while. I like that.
Sure.
But I love having an open door policy to my show where if you want to come on, even a troll, if a troll wanted to come on and talk some,
Yeah.
what, hey, come on. Nobody's done it yet, so um,
Well, Ruben learned a good lesson with trolls.
oh yeah.
Yeah, his first couple streams, he had some good ones. So first of all, you can have the really low level trolls
Yeah.
who are really lame, right? The little hit and run ones. But then you can get a high level troll, the ones that will come into your streams with costumes on, and they use picture graphics to try to get their stuff by the mods and stuff. So there's different levels of trolls, and Ruben, like his very first or second big stream, he got hit with a couple. They got him good and early.
Oh man. Well,
Hadn't
he's
happened since though.
he's broken in then. Once you get the first couple trolls, then the rest of them kind of come easier. I
Yeah.
remember the
Well,
first couple of people that trolled me hard. I was like, I took it personally, and then I realized, hey, this is the internet. You know what I mean?
well, see, everybody handles them differently, and as long as it's all in good fun and you're having fun, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling on myself here. I'm telling on Joe. Just Mopar Joe. He likes watching me smack trolls around in the comments. It's kind of like a sport to him. So sometimes he'll screen capture one and send me because he knows what's coming, right? And so I don't mind. It's all in good fun, and the trolls have got to enjoy it too. They're doing it to be inflammatory.
Sure.
So if you go in the comments and smack them around and it's all in good fun, they have to enjoy it too. They got the reaction they wanted. The commenters enjoyed it, right? So as long as it doesn't turn into anything real, who cares? It's all in good fun.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, it's funny. It's the internet, and recently my mom passed away. So I made a post on my Facebook about it on Talking Mopars page, and overwhelmingly, nothing but positivity.
Yes.
And I was like, I would be surprised if anybody trolled this. And sure as anything, there
Wow.
was two people. It started with one guy, and he was basically it was sorry for your loss. What does she think about this scam? And I was like, scam? What is this guy talking about? And somebody said, scam? And he goes, yeah, I hate, basically what he was saying was that I posted that to get to elicit an emotional response from the from the people. And I was like, what kind of a scumbag would
Yeah.
do something like that? That's what insulted me more. I was like, wow. I,
You know, it's perfectly, it's okay to fire your viewers when you need to.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I told Joe, I said, it's perfectly okay. Look, it's like casting flash. Okay, sometimes you just need to break that stuff off and clean things up, and it improves the product.
Yeah, I was, I they caught me in an emotionally vulnerable state, and I was getting ready to reply, and I was like, really? I'm gonna waste my time talking to this tool.
Yeah,
I mean, and the sad part is, he's probably right. There probably are people out there that would do something crazy like that. I mean, we see people do wild stuff all the time just to get a response, but I was shocked. I was like, man, if I ever saw somebody do that and I found out they were lying, I
well,
mean,
you can get to a place of really a high professionally developed troll. Uh, so Uncle Tony's Garage, of course, I'm mod on his channel, so I'm real familiar with this guy. Brian Cabral has dedicated his life for the last year and a half, 2 years to trolling Tony. He has
God.
over 600 videos of his head in a dark room in a box, droning on for 20 minutes at a shot, complaining about Tony. And it's just amazing to me. And he's even got
Wow.
his own groupies. He's got about 300 subscribers, but he dedicated his life to hating all things Uncle Tony's Garage. Now that's
Wow.
now. So one time he retired for like 3 weeks, but he said he was retiring from the troll business. And Tony's like, no, no, don't stop. You're good for business. And he came back. He couldn't help him.
That is hilarious.
That's some high level trolling there.
Man, now I don't feel as popular. Now I feel
But
like you got
Tony's
to get
like,
on that level.
Cabral is like a regular recurring character amongst
Gosh.
the commenters on Tony's channel now.
Wow. He's building his own character. That's funny.
And I'm telling you, he's building a channel based on hating another channel. But
Wow.
it's a shame I've been blocked over there because sometimes I'd like to go see if he makes a video. I have a feeling what's coming. So we're Tony and Andy Wood are match racing at the No Name Nationals, right? They're running for money at the No Name Nationals. I have a feeling Cabral is going to make a video on that, right? And I'm going to share it. And I share it. I can't even comment on his videos because I've been blocked.
Oh man.
It's such a great feeling when these trolls can contribute to the ecosystem by force. It's wonderful.
That's great. I'm really excited about the event. I don't want to spoil it for too many people. So tomorrow,
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah.
8 p.m. Pacific. John's going to be back.
8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
8 Eastern, 5
Yes.
Pacific. Oops. We're gonna talk about it again. So
of course,
for all of you watching and those of you that'll be listening tomorrow morning and early afternoon, any questions you have about the event,
jump back in because we're going to have probably a lot of people. I see a lot of Facebook folks in here, and I see a few regulars like Blake and Jay from Rabbit Transit Garage, Bad Tree. But we'll have a lot of regulars come over from YouTube, so you'll get to meet a lot of the commenters and such over here, I'm sure.
It'll be fun, and I got to be honest, I'm really excited about this simultaneous live streaming because it's gonna mix the worlds a little bit, and I who knows, you guys might gain some subscribers.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm gonna jump out.
All right, sounds good, buddy.
But I'll tell you what, you got a lot of cool cats in the comments though, so hopefully they jump.
I know. I'm gonna get to those comments. I see all you guys. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So tune in tomorrow. John's gonna be back. We're gonna talk about No Name National some more. John, thank you for showing up tonight and chatting with us. All right, buddy.
See you later, Chris.
See you tomorrow. If you're a car enthusiast like me, then you'd probably enjoy the same books that I do. I love to gain more knowledge about Mopars and cars in general, and that's where my friends at CarTech Books come in. Since 1993, CarTech has become one of the leading publishers of automotive titles for hardcore enthusiasts, with a plethora of titles available in their catalog. They have titles for everyone, whether you're into restorations, high-performance builds, or automotive history, CarTech has it all. They are a company run by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Some of the titles I have in my own library are Chrysler's Motown Missile, Mopars' secret engineering program at the dawn of Pro Stock, new Hemi engines 2003 to present, how to rebuild, muscle car special editions, Chrysler TorqueFly A904 and A727 transmissions, how to rebuild. And look, folks, they have much more than that, and so do I. In my library, I also have books on how to vinyl wrap, modifying XJ Jeep Cherokees for back when I had one of those, and modifying the new Wranglers and Gladiators, and many more. So whether you're looking to expand your knowledge or just want something cooler to put on your coffee table, CarTech has the books for you. Visit cartechbooks.com and find some awesome books to add to your collection today. There you have it, my friends. Another episode of Talking Mopars is in the books. For everything you need to know about this show, you know where to go, talkingmopars.com. And you can reach me by emailing Chris at talkingmopars.com or by leaving me a voicemail on my voicemail box at 209-28-MOPAR. And you just might get to hear yourself on this show. So keep sharing those Mopar stories with me and anything else that is on your Mopar addicted mind. Thank you to my friends over at cartechbooks.com, and also don't forget how important it is to keep your Mopar protected from the elements. If you do need protection like a car cover, don't wait. Head on over to talkingmopars.com, click on the affiliates tab, and go get your Mopar covered today. Before we shut this podcast episode down, if you want some Talking Mopars merchandise like t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and cool swag like that, check out the merch shop on talkingmopars.com. And for exclusive bonus episodes and videos only for my supporters, become a Facebook supporter today and get immediate access to those benefits. There's 12 bonus podcasts and 12 bonus videos waiting for you right now, with more on the way for January. That's it, my friends. Until we talk again, I am your host, Chris Albrecht, and that was Talking Mopars Live.
Thank you for listening to Talking Mopars, your direct connection to all things Mopar. Until next time, remember, no Mopar left behind.